Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Steve from Little Treasury Jewelers. I'm coming on to give you a rundown on our recent visit to Omega Days in Florida, in Miami. Essentially a purchasing event that we partook of along with many of the other U.S. Omega dealers. And we had an interesting time and bought a lot of watches, and giving you a little report on what took place. And I'm seeing Boosters aboard. How are you, sir? Good to see you there. And so here's how it went. I'll get you a picture of what the event would look like. We had the usual executive talks and had a chance to meet with the Omega trainers and see the novelties along with the rest of the dealers all together over drinks, and then departed for dinner. And next day, which was Saturday in our case, we had a one-on-one meeting with Omega and made our selection for the year. So this is a picture of the event with the dealers and the trainers, and the gentleman in the jacket that you see there in the blue jacket is the lead designer for Omega. And interesting fellow, and he gave a talk about how he designed the new ultra deep model. So extremely interesting. So I'll dig into the watches that we saw, and again a little bit of the show and tell. And here we are with the first piece. I think this has been widely shown elsewhere. It is the new green Omega 300-meter professional diver. So it's essentially just a new colorway of the existing piece. And our thoughts were that this came across very well, and was really a pleasant green. I think it's going to be a big seller. We ordered enough to get us going. And it preserves essentially the same characteristics as the rest of the current professional divers, and still at the same price for $5,400 on a bracelet and $5,100 on a strap. And that green leather strap was quite engaging, and so we think this is going to be a winner. I'd love to hear some feedback on what you folks think. Okay, and I see Tyler has joined us, and has a comment. He thinks that the Omegas are nice. He thinks they've gotten a little too big. Well, there is a big one coming up that I will be showing you, indeed, and some of the others have been scaled down. So I think that a couple of the pieces really hit a very good size point, and we're pretty pleased with it. So, and Booster's asking me about what's my favorite Seamaster dial. I kind of like the white dial with the black bezel, and I think it's pretty versatile, so I like that well enough. And this green one, if you had a larger rotation, is, as I said, an extremely engaging piece. So, but if I were to get one right now, it would be the white dial, and probably on a strap. Okay, I like that piece a lot. And Triforce has just joined us. And how are you, Rich? Good to have you aboard. So listening in the background, that's fine too. So, okay. Also, give me a sound check, will you? It looks like it might be a little hot. If it's okay, then I'll just leave it. So another shot of the professional diver. And moving on to the next collection, I will introduce the Aqua Terra, new Aqua Terras that came out. And very colorful collection was the first impression, and sort of a little bit along the lines of what Rolex has been doing. But these are scaled down a bit. The gents piece is coming in at 38 millimeters, and there is a smaller piece that's unisex, I would say, at 34. And there is in each line, the 38 and the 34, there are 5 different colorways, and there is some overlap, so that if people are thinking of a his and hers selection, then that's possible. And we really like these. These are now sort of brushed sunburst, sort of not an extreme sunburst, but sort of a subtle over a brass substrate. Extremely good looking watches. A modified bracelet on these over the earlier pieces. They're more rounded, the bracelet. Let's show you a couple more pictures. Here's the green dial version. Here's a, I'm forgetting the color name, but it's a reddish, very beautiful piece. And there you see the bracelet. This is a departure from the more flattened links on the current model. Overall, very impressive collection. We liked it a lot. You can see that there is a date window at 6 o'clock. It's trapezoidal in shape. And if you look at the, there's the bracelet again. And this is the 34 millimeter. And you can see that the markers are a different shape, more toward the lozenge type shape. And the date window is circular with a frame around it. So Booster helps me out with that dial color I couldn't recall. It's called terracotta. So thanks, Booster. Okay, so that is the collection, Aqua Terra. We pretty much ordered all of them, and so we'll have all of the different colorways here in the store. And they are 6,000 at retail, and both for the either for the 34 or for the 38. So love to hear some feedback about what you think about the Aqua Terras. So moving on, okay, here's another one of the 34 millimeters. And now we go to the larger size, back up to Tyler's comment. And this is the new Seamaster Planet Ocean Ultra Deep. And this is rated at 6,000 meters. And it is a new watch. There was a prototype that went over 10,000. This one is 45.5 millimeters by 18 millimeters and change. I think it's 18.4. And that is wearable. It really is quite tolerable. It's obviously a larger watch, but it's not a wrist monster. And we're showing here the piece in titanium, and it comes both in titanium and stainless steel. And the titanium comes only with the strap. There is no bracelet for that. The lugs are such that I think they're called manta ray lugs. They will not accommodate a spring bar. So if you're interested in this piece, be ready to have it on a NATO. Good looking piece, titanium, and quite impressive. There's no helium release valve on these. They are built rugged enough that there was no need. titanium penetrates into the case, it can escape without rupturing it. So really nice innovation on that. So let's catch up with some of the comments. Okay, so Saad says that their release is just to fill a vacuum that Rolex has left due to unavailability of watches. A good chance for them to capture further leads and make revenue. Yeah, I think that there's an element of that. Obviously, they release new pieces every year, and this is an expansion on current efforts. I don't think it's strictly a reaction to Rolex, and I think they're very capable of doing their own thing, and that is what. Okay, so Triforce. This is back on. Let me show you some more of the pieces in this collection. So here we have the titanium, and that piece comes in at $12,300, and it is. I'll show you next. Some very striking dial and bezel combinations. This obviously is a very white dial with a very bright blue bezel, and extremely attractive. And you can't quite see this in two photographs I've shown so far, but this is an asymmetrical case. There's more material on the right side than on the left, some of it being part of the crown guard, but it's definitely somewhat asymmetrical, and there are apparently technical reasons for that to achieve that 7,000 meter depth rating. So Triforce, and he assumes that titanium is the most popular so far, and he likes the orange. We'll show that in a bit. I think in my case, and I haven't had a lot of customer feedback to date on this, I'm a little more enamored of the steel pieces, and I will show you some more. Okay, that's just another view of the blue and white. And there's a version with a black bezel and a blue dial with a gradient into black. And that gives you a little more sense of that somewhat asymmetrical case on there. And also another photo of that. And here's the orange, and orange is a gorgeous piece. That really was the piece that caught one's attention. Here it is on a strap with matching orange piping on the edges and showing the Super-LumiNova, which is showing blue, except on the minute hand you have a green. And excellent piece. And a little different view showing the different color cast of the orange. And a little bit of a side view of the piece. So definitely not for the timid, but really not overpowering. There are a lot of dive watches in the world that are more menacing than that piece. Okay. And okay, and it would be safe to shower windows the ultra deep. I'm assuming, Boozer, that means would it be safe to shower with it? And I pretty much assume that that would be okay. Okay, so if just for my opinion, I would say the orange is the most striking of the collection, and probably the most wearable, versatile was the blue with the white dial or the black dial version. And again, titanium is its own thing. my personal preference was for the steel pieces. And they also come in somewhat lower than the titanium on a bracelet, and that the steel pieces come in at 11.6, and on the strap, the rubber strap, they come in at 11.2. Okay, so that's what's going on with those. So moving forward, okay, here are the gold pieces, and these are the Speedmaster Moonwatch in 18 karat Moonshine gold, and they have either a green dial with a green bezel, or a gold, sort of a soft gold dial with black subdials and black bezel. And very interesting. We immediately, myself and a lot of the people around me were struck by the gorgeous green dial, and I put that on my wrist with the bracelet and said, wow, I would love to have this. And I think by the end of the event, for practicality, wearability purposes, we sort of morphed over to liking the gold dial. So both of these are in their new Moonshine gold. It's a softer color than the it's a yellow gold, obviously, but a very muted yellow gold variant, which they've labeled the Moonshine gold. And these pieces come in at 42 millimeters. They're the regular Speedmaster size, and we really love these pieces. These really sing. Got some more shots for you, and we did order these. We have a pre-order on the green here, but I think we still have coming in for stock, and you can see how striking that is in this shot. And another side shot of that, and either one of these is just delicious, as you can see. So but for longevity, just for wearability and color, probably this gold dial version might be the winner. But either way, they're just stellar. And here's another shot on my wrist, and love to hear what you think of those. And Triforce, Craig's getting aroused as we speak. The more times you say gold, specifically yellow, he's turned on, but he doesn't like the Speedmaster. And yeah, it is gorgeous, really, really, and just the feel on the wrist, really special. And Craig was cleaning a chicken the last I spoke to him shortly before the show. I don't know if he's going to weigh in. Maybe he can wash his hands and let us know what he's thinking. But beautiful piece. I think these are winners for sure. So, okay. So moving forward, we have another shot. I couldn't get away from it. Shot of the case back, obviously manual wind, and caliber 3681, and just get a sense of that bracelet from the back. Again, terrific piece. And another shot of the back. Okay, so now we're moving over to the next collection, and this is the Speedmaster 57 Revival. And these are obviously by Compax Chronographs, and they are in several different colorways. There's black, blue, green, and burgundy. The black has vintage style markers on it. It's got the tachymeter on the bezel, laser etched and permanently black marks, I think laser treated in some way so that they're not going to wear off. And very nice pieces indeed. This one is on leather strap with the side stitch. And show you some more. This is the burgundy dial. They call it a red dial, but it's we like to call it burgundy. And try to move over to the next one. Frozen up a little bit for a sec. Oh. Hang on. There we go. Sort of a head-on shot of that piece. And these come in at $8,600 on the bracelet and $8,300 on the strap. And $99.06 manual wind master chronometer powering these things. Another one of the vintage piece of the black dial, showing the Super-LumiNova. And the movement on the back, that 9906 manual wind. Interesting Geneva stripes reading out from the bottom there. And very wearable. So you have a Speedmaster in it, a little over 40 millimeters. Okay, so cruising along, and this is the new Constellation Collection. This one is with they're 41 millimeters, and this is steel with a leather bracelet, strap rather, excuse me, and a beautiful piece that is $6,700 on steel, and running with the 8900 caliber movement. Okay, so they also come with the gold accents, and this piece, this two-tone piece, essentially, again, sort of a red or burgundy dial, has the markers in Sedna gold on a tight steel case, rather, and the indexes and hands are in 18 karat Sedna gold also. So pretty nice piece. And here it is in green. And sorry, but my phone goes through to my iPad. And again, side view. And just moving on, I don't have much to say about the ladies' collections. These are just a couple of shots here. I don't have all the statistics on them. We did order a bunch, and they will be in the store. I'll just show you those quickly. And these are with aventurine dials in various colors, and quite nice indeed. And that is, well, a couple more constellations. But again, I don't have a lot of statistics to rattle off on those. So that was our trip that we had, and we bought at least one of almost everything. We're pretty excited about the collection. Everything looked really, really good in person, and I think obviously my heart was with the gold pieces, the 18 karat Moonshine gold. And if you're near us, these will start dribbling in next month. And over the next several months, we won't have everything at once, obviously. But come on in, try them on, and see what you think. And that is pretty much what we have going. And as I had mentioned when I dropped in on Craig a couple of times, the releases, 2022 releases are very fragmented. We're going to various meetings here in the States, in New York, 3 different meetings in Florida with different brands, and we'll be going to Watches and Wonders for a couple of our brands at the end of March and into April. And I will report back on that meeting for sure. Hopefully some of it live and messaging into Craig as we've done a couple of times in the past. So that's pretty much it. I've eaten up about a half an hour with you folks. I appreciate your listening and love to get your follow-on comments about the Omega collection. So thanks so much and keep well.